Hello folks, welcome here. Today we shall discuss the various types of syndromes or abnormalities produced in the human body, reasons behind the production of these syndromes in the body, as well as some effects caused by these syndromes which help us to identify which kind of syndrome is present in a particular human being. Well, we know that zygote is a single cell which give rise to a complete human body as a result of development, and zygote is formed from the fusion of sperm and egg. Sperm and eggs are formed as a result of reduction division, the meiosis. So any kind of mistake in the meiosis will transform to sperm and egg, then to zygote, and ultimately into human body, showing different abnormal features. Well, meiosis makes sure that each daughter cell must have equal but half number of chromosomes. We know that human body have 46 chromosome or 23 homologous pair, or we can say one pair of sex chromosome and 22 pairs of autosome. And the rule is very simple. If normal chromosomes are present, normal features of the body will be formed. If less number of chromosomes will be present, less features will be appeared, and extra chromosomes result into extra features of the body. Well, non-distinction challenge all these normal features, because non-distinction is the failure of separation of chromosomes during anaphase 1 or anaphase 2. Well, this failure results into creation of syndromes or abnormalities in the human body. Let's check how this cell divide. This cell is particularly taken as a germ mother cell of a female, and we have reduced the chromosome of autosomes into just 2 and sex chromosome because of inconvenience, you can say. Now, when this cell will divide into first two daughter cells, you can say that each daughter cell have different number of chromosomes. Autosomes are same in this case, but they have different number of X chromosomes. The left one have nothing, and the right one have received all the whole assembly into it because of the failure of separation. Similarly, when these two daughter cells will divide further, the division will also be just like this. And all these four cells have different number of chromosomes. The left pair have no X chromosome, while the right pair have double X chromosome. Autosomes are normal in both these cells. The next phase is fertilization of these haploid eggs. There are two kinds of sperms, X and Y. If an X sperm fertilizes these abnormal eggs, the results will be only X in the left one and XXX or triple X in the right one. The left zygotic condition is monosomy, while right zygotic condition is trisomy. That's the basis where syndromes appear. If a Y sperm fertilizes these abnormal eggs, the left one will have only Y chromosome, while the right one will have XXY. The possible combinations in the zygote based on these abnormalities may be only X or only Y or triple X or XXY. There are two kinds of syndromes: sex chromosomal syndromes and autosomal syndromes. First, we shall look at sex chromosomal syndromes. Sex chromosome non-distinction results into triple X females, and these females are also called as triplo X syndromes. Such females are taller than normal. They have large distance between their eyes, as well as they have impaired intellect or mentally retarded. They are fertile. They can produce their young ones, but the feature of triple X being female is not inherited to their offsprings, and this syndrome occurs 1 in 1000 in America. The second type is XXY males. They are called as Klinefelter syndrome. They are sterile males, mean that they cannot produce their offsprings, and the average intelligence is shown in such syndromic patients. They have undeveloped testes, sparse body hairs, as in the picture you can see. There are almost no hair like females, and they have enlarged breast than normal men. And also they have long arms and long eggs, which is a symptom which is used to identify these XXY males from the rest. The next one is only Y chromosome. This kind of syndrome is very rare, and the babies dies soon after their pregnancy or after their birth because of lacking of indispensable X genes. They don't have any kind of X gene, so that is a very fatal condition, and such babies do not survive, and we also don't know much. The next type of syndrome is only X chromosome. This kind of syndrome is called as Turner syndrome, and about 97% of the babies dies before birth. No defect shown in the children but other than webbed neck and widely spaced nipple. These two symptoms are the major recognition for this kind of Turner syndrome. Secondary sex factors do not develop. Almost ovaries are absent, and these are sterile females with short stature, and they cannot produce next generations. Now let's have a look at the autosomal syndromes. Autosomal non-distinctions. Only 3 autosomal trisomies are survivable: chromosome number 13, 18 and 21. Because these chromosomes are gene poor, they lack huge amount of genes, so if they are missing, it will not matter much. If they are doubled, also that will not matter much, and survival is possible. In other autosomal trisomies, overexpression of genes lead to serious mental and developmental abnormalities which prove fatal. That's why only these 3 kinds of non-distinction results are survivable. The first one is trisomy of chromosome 13, and which is called as Patau syndrome. In this syndrome, the babies are intellectually disabled. They have small brains, and similarly polydactyly mean having extra fingers in the foot as well as in the arms. So rocker bottom feet are also observed, and most of them has cleft palate or broken palate or lip. The next is trisomy of chromosome 18, called as Edwards syndrome. These are often born small. They have very small head, small jaw, and also are born with heart defects, mentally disabled, and that's why Edwards syndromic babies do not have a long life. The next one is trisomy of chromosome 21, also called as Down syndrome. Very important. It is most survivable autosomal trisomy, and impaired physical and mental development is seen in such patients. Short stature, flat face, large tongue, stubby fingers and short broad hands are the signs. Love outing and are affectionate to others, and they also show huge kind of love to others. Now, these genetic disorders can be diagnosed early through genetic testing like amniocentesis or chorionic villus sampling or CVS. Learning fact: 90% cases of aneuploidy are in females. That's due to extraordinary long time period of human oocyte to complete meiosis, which may take up to 50 years. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video as well as subscribe the channel and share to others as well.